I hope you, well, I was gonna say, I hope you enjoyed the end of Supernatural. I know it was controversial, but we worked really hard on it, and endings are hard, but I thought they did a great job, and some of the acting, I think Jared and Jensen and Misha in the final episodes all did incredible work, and I was just excited to be a part of it. All right, so you've got lots of questions I see, so I'm going to try to answer some. All right? All right. Noriko34 says, "Hi Rob, what happened to Chuck when Jack took his powers? If he died, where'd he end up? In the empty or anywhere else?" Okay, I don't think Chuck is dead. I think that he is just he doesn't have God in him anymore, and I think he's just isolated. I think it's kind of his worst nightmare because he's not God anymore. He's not in control, and he's alone. And so I think that's punishment enough for him. So what I think is kind of interesting is that Chuck, if we ever revamp the show, fingers crossed. I don't know anything. I'm just telling you from my perspective. If they do, we get back together and do a movie in a couple of years, I think Chuck could still come back, but he's just a regular dude again. So so he's just a hermit. He's just a hermit. He's alone, and God is not inside him anymore. He's an empty vessel. So there's that. And I want to say something else about the finale. And again, people have extreme views about it, and you're completely allowed to have your own view of what happened. I just want to remind you that in the finale was the first time that Chuck was not writing the story. So you can reason that Chuck this whole time has been bringing the boys back, finding a way to keep them going so that he could keep writing the story. And what happened in these last 2 seasons is that he got really selfish and made it all about him, and that was his mistake. But so it was the first time where they're just on a random hunt like they always do, and Dean has that unfortunate thing happen where he dies, and that unfortunate thing happened like death. But there's no evil writer in charge going to, oh, no, we're going to save him from that and keep him going because I want to keep manipulating him. So in a way, Chuck kept them going because he wanted the story to keep going until he didn't anymore. All right, REB17, Greb17, Rebecca. Hi, Rob, I'm Rebecca. Did you find Chuck's ending fitting considering he disliked humanity? Well, yeah, I mean, I thought it was fitting because he just got too wrapped up, and he thought he was trying to manipulate everything until the very end, and he wanted the ending to be this grand thing, and he so enjoyed Sam and Dean, and he enjoyed manipulating them, and he thought for a second that it would be this great ending would be to be killed by them, and they didn't. So like I said, just being left alone by himself without any powers was an appropriate ending for him. Yeah, in terms of disliking humanity, yeah, I wouldn't say he he just was disgusted, I guess, by his creations, is what he said. But I think he got a little bit just egomaniacal, and that was his downfall. Yeah, hopefully there'll be time for redemption for Chuck. That's what I hope. I hope we hopefully, if this franchise finds a way to come back together and make some kind of TV movie or something, I would love for there to be a Chuck to be there to come back in the story in some way as just a human being. I'd like him to be that human being he was when he was hoarding toilet paper. I want that Chuck back. So we could have that Chuck back. I think everybody would be okay with that.
Хочешь совет? Когда вернешься, копи туалетную бумагу. Ты понял? Копи. Как будто она золотая. Так и есть.
Спасибо, Чак.
Да, ты скажешь мне спасибо за мои слова.
До встречи.
Да.
All right, last question. Cryptid Hunter says, do you think Chuck would have liked Dean's death? How would he write that? Well, it's a great bookend to our little conversation here because we started talking about Dean's death. I don't think Dean would have died on Chuck's watch because I think he just wanted something. He wanted something dramatic and big and you know, something to take your breath away, something that gets, you know, that's award worthy, you know. And I think the point of Dean's death is just another day for those boys, and he got killed in the act of duty. And you know, you don't have there's no no angels or you know, even like Rowena or anybody to come and save them and miraculously save them. It's they're just human beings, and you know, anyway, endings are hard, right? But I think it was really well done, and I think I like that they wound up together at the end in heaven. And I just love the acting that they did. I thought they were both brilliant in that scene. So, well, guys, apparently I have to go now.
Несомненно, заканчивать трудно. А впрочем, на самом деле ничего не заканчивается. Правда?